Pat. Pat.
Hey Mike, how's it going?
Good. Hey, I got both guys in the car, so you can go ahead and fire.
Oh,
away.
awesome.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and fire away.
Right. Yeah. Could you put Eric on?
They're right.
I'm right here, buddy.
Oh, okay. Hey, Eric. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So could you tell me what the team plan was going into the race?
Just what happened.
Obviously you guys wanted to be aggressive.
Oh, just what happened. I mean, in an ideal world, we were kind of racing for Josh and Travis to make that final selection over the top and be with the top guys. And Julian was obviously riding well, 4th place in the TT, so he was kind of a wild card as far as finishing off and doing really well, which he did. And I was just going to be a workhorse and hopefully make the break, make it over the top on the last climb, and help Travis and Josh when they made it to me and put them in a position to win. And I think a lot of stuff happened that I have no idea behind me. And the race started to get closer and closer to the finish, and it just we had 3 guys in that final selection, and it just, as it has all the year, has just been unbelievable and played right into what we wanted to have happen.
Right. And you were dropped on that final climb, and you came back on the descent. How much risk did you take on the descent? How difficult was that to get back up there?
Well, I had told Julian when we knew Ben and who was it? Chris Jones from UHC was still looking strong. I knew those guys were going to attack, and I said I feel really good. Julian, just follow them because he's going really well, and just don't help him out over the top. And I stayed within my limits, and I think they with about 500 meters when the steep spot comes, they had about 30 seconds, and then I just sprinted as hard as I could over the top, and I got within about 15, and then I caught them on the descent. I mean, I didn't really take that big of a risk, but I knew coming down that hill a couple times with those guys that they weren't, I'm a little heavier rider, so I had a little bit more momentum than they did, so it was really played into my cards to stay within my zone and not try to follow that over the top. And we had so much time before the finish, and I had to get on it a little bit on the downhill to catch them, but yeah, I was still well within my reach there.
One of the few times when being a bigger guy helps out, huh?
Totally, yeah. It was good.
Center of gravity.
Had that breakfast this morning, 2 breakfasts.
Right. So when the chase group came up to the lead group, was there any disappointment? Was because those guys are maybe all a little fresher, or were you still pretty confident that the plan would work out?
Well, I mean, certainly you're wary because you don't know who maybe did the least amount of work and who maybe still was fresh. But I mean, you got to understand, those guys were just ripping it up that climb behind us, so that definitely taps into their reserves. And the way the break was riding it, we were, I mean, at least I tried to stay within my limits to help my team when they came up to me.
Okay. And so when you saw that it was going to be a fairly good sized group coming into the finish, I don't know, it was like 10 or 13 guys, was the plan to work for Travis then in the sprint?
Actually, what did you say, Trav? Maybe 2 laps to go, or maybe 3 laps to go when you caught us. He came up to me and asked how I was doing because he said he was cramping and not feeling so good. And honestly, at that point, I think we all, Julian, Travis, and I decided it was going to go for me.
Yeah, it was pretty much, the initial plan was, for me to bridge, and then, they'd work for me in the sprint. But as soon as we bridged, that was, I think, maybe the 3rd time up Kent Street, the 3rd lap, I just cramped up that thing, and so I was hurting pretty bad, even though I kind of got a free ride. I was in the red, and I just came up to Eric and I asked him how he was feeling, and he just nodded his head, so I knew he was good. I knew he was more than good.
Right.
you know.
Right.
So I was like, all right, man, it's you, and that was it. And pretty much, at that point, I was just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna follow moves and keep everything together. But Zwansky attacked, and I followed him. I looked back, and there's just me, Zwansky, and Tim. I don't know Tim's last
Jim
name.
Stemper.
That was Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Stemper. And so we just rolled it, and everyone's kind of looking around, and it was perfect because then again, Eric and Julian don't have to work; they sit on, force everyone else to chase. And that last K, on the descent, Eric just came blowing by me, took the corner hotter than anyone probably could. Like, I don't know anyone who can corner better than Eric. And he probably had like a meter on me, if not more, coming into the sprint, and it's game over. You know, it's such a hard race. No one can really. If you have a kick in a sprint, like Eric and I,
Did you guys double post? Post too?
I did, yeah. I was just
I can't wait to see that.
I just had my head, like hands over my head, like this really just happened. I don't think Eric posted up.
I was just like, what in the world? What in the world just happened?
Yeah, I mean. We both sprinted all out, and
no question.
There's no way I was coming around him. No way.
Right.
He's by far the strongest, so it worked out well. Like I knew if it seems like such a long sprint, but if you come into that corner fast and carry momentum, it's what we're used to. 15 seconds, 10 seconds of just all out effort. And that's what we did.
Yeah. So it's a sprint you can win leading out of that last corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously. Eric, when did you realize that,
I think
you were going to pull it off?
With about 100 meters to go, I just said, this is unreal. Like, do not let up until you cross that line. I did not even want to post up until I finished that race, because I just, never do that. And, about 100 meters, I said, if I stay with what I still have left, like, I thought it was Travis behind me, but I definitely didn't want to, like, take a chance, I just didn't know.
Right.
I wasn't going to look. I just was going, the race is in front of me, I mean, I'm that finish line.
Right. Everything you need to know is in front of you.
Right.
So two Arizona guys now go 1-2, so you expect a lot of people to be moving down there this winter?
Yeah, hopefully, huh?
Yeah, we need more people to train with.
Yeah.
It's the best. Arizona's where it's at. I know we're definitely making all the Phoenix and Tucson guys proud. They've been watching us all year, and I know a lot of them were tuned in the entire race. So I think you have like, I don't know how many text messages Eric has, but I have like 40 right now, like 130 emails. It's just ridiculous.
It's pretty cool. We have a really good support crew, and a lot of people are proud of us. It's awesome.
I was watching a video online that you shot, looked like not too long after the race, and you said you had told Creed, you might never have another chance at this race again. What do you think now winning it will mean for your career?
Well, obviously, I would hope that I'll get to race it again next year, because I was the previous winner. As far as where it's going to take my career, who knows? I mean, I have some responsibilities outside of cycling and that type of stuff, and so I'll have to reassess what opportunities I have in cycling and see where to go. But my goal with this team is to help develop it to that next level, and my friends like Travis and the other teammates just help them with the time that they have ahead of them get to the level that they are fully capable of doing.
Right. So what's going to be your first opportunity to wear the New Jersey in a race?
Probably
Philly.
Next weekend in Philly.
Oh, right, yeah. Nice. You guys going to Nature Valley or up to Tour de Beauce?
We have kind of a split squad, so we're going to do a crew in Beauce and a crew in Minneapolis, because Trav's still leading the NRC, so we want to keep that going as well.
Right. Well, once again, congratulations. Great ride by your team. I mean, it was pretty fun to watch.
Cool.
What's the first thing you guys are going to do now that you had a little time to settle down?
Drink a beer. I'm already drinking beer.
Just hang out with the crew and just enjoy the moment and be happy about what we just accomplished.
Right. Well, awesome. I appreciate your taking the time. I know you've probably got a few people to get a hold of and stuff. So.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Always, Pat.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure talking with you and John, and you guys are awesome.
You always done the team good, Pat. Appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it. And once again, congratulations. Great race today, everybody involved.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
You bet. You guys have a good one.
You too.